what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, Soba Mask reigns supreme. He's back, boys, and he's back with a vengeance. My boy Soba Mask is making a massive comeback with this point event. In today's video, I have 3 teams for you guys to take down the new event. 2 teams are Soba Mask teams. You guys might have seen my video that I released last night. I'll leave a link in the description if you didn't. Huge shout out to Jin once again with the Soba Mask strat. Very, very clever. I did see some other YouTubers do it. I think someone mentioned that Chaozu actually used it as well with a bit of a different team. So huge shout out to those guys. This event kind of sucks. So trying to get a full boosted team was actually very, very tricky. That didn't involve the new batch. Even with the new batch, like, it was actually very challenging to do so. So in today's video, I have 2 more Soba Mask teams for you guys that use some different characters. Because a lot of people were mentioning, like, oh, what happens if I don't have Yamato and Ace? Like, what do I do? So I put together some other teams for you guys that literally don't have Yamato and Ace. And they actually worked out pretty nicely, actually. They actually did a pretty good job. Also, I have one more team at the back end. It's a Kaido and a Who's Who team. It does take 2 turns to stall. However, you do have a 50% chance of extra drops. Now, I don't recommend it. I would just go with the Soba Mask strats. You just, like, the extra 50% to get an extra drop, it's just not worth it. You're better off running it with Soba Mask. You can run it fast, and you can run it incredibly well, especially if you have, like, a Super Tandem level 5 Luffy, or a Super Tandem level 2 or higher Kaido. You can actually do it really, really well. So, depending on what you have, and depending on the supports, because the second team does use some pretty fancy supports, hopefully you guys will be able to farm up this event. I do want to give a huge shout out to the homie Captain Papi though. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description. He's actually running it on auto in 20 stamina. So if you guys are really struggling with this event or you just don't want to play the game, I totally understand why. Like, it's pretty deflating when these types of things happen. When you need, like, the new batch to make it, like, not drastically easier, but, like, with boosted units. You could always just jump down to the 20 stamina, run the 20 stamina there, hit the auto button, and just let it fly. So, huge shout out to Papi there. The Papi strat reigns supreme. If you do enjoy this video, make sure to hit the like button. Head over to all those guys in the description. Hit them with a like and a follow as well. If you are new here and haven't done so already, though, hit that big red subscribe button. With that said, let's dive into the content. Alright, so the first team looks a little bit like this. Now, if you guys don't have Luffy, you could easily use Sasuke on this team with the Mr. 3 support. That should work absolutely hunky-dory. But Luffy is really, really good here, especially if you have him at level 4 or higher, because you can actually get the Super Tandem effect. If you don't have him at level 4 higher, it doesn't matter, because I'm actually going to run this without utilizing that. So that's the team. Those are the supports. Let's dive in. Something to note with this team, it doesn't use any crazy supports. It does have the waifus, though, and I think that's probably the one character from Anniversary most people missed out on. Now, if you have Yamato and Ace, you can easily use Yamato and Ace instead of the waifus, and that way you can use the supports like you guys saw in the original video to get around the attack down. Stuff like Page 1, stuff like Jozu, those supports are actually very, very good to get around the attack down. You also have Hyoroguru, the treasure map rare recruit character, which you guys will see in the next team. I actually needed to use him as I needed the 2 turns of attack down for Luffy. Very important that you have that there. But again, if you have Yamato and Ace, there is an option there. With this particular team, it basically functions the same way as the team that I uploaded in my previous video. Basically, what you want to do here is just jump with Sanji, and that way you can get around either the defense up or the threshold, literally just with the Sanji unit. You don't have to tap with anyone else. You don't have to use anyone else's specials. I think I used Black Maria's special in that video, but you don't actually need it. You can save it and get the conditional boost at the end, which is very, very handy for this particular team. On stage 4 against Jinbei and Zoro, there's the 4 turns of despair and the attack down. We do jump so we can avoid the captain blow away, which is very, very important for this particular team to work. But with the waifus, we can remove the attack down. With Luffy, we can get around the despair, and we get an orb buff for our free spirits and our fighter characters. Now, we do have 3 free spirits here. So we have color affinity with Soba Mask and the waifus, and an orb buff with them as well. With that, as you guys will see, like, literally with Luffy special, as well as the waifus color affinity, it's very easy to take out this stage. There's no issues whatsoever, and you only need to attack with 2 characters. It works really, really well. Once Zoro dies, he does have the revive mechanic, as I mentioned. He'll blow away your captain for 5 turns, but because we have the jump from Soba Mask, or, sorry, not the jump, the invisibility effect, we can actually get around that very, very nicely. It works incredibly well, like, just absolutely insanely well, and that's why I was saying at the start, Soba Mask is back, baby. Like, he's just so good for this event. On the final stage against X-Drake, we do get paralyzed, and we lose our color affinity. He does have a barrier as well because our captain is quick. He gives us a full ward of block, unfavorable, No, not unfavorable. Block, bomb, G orbs, all those nasty orbs. But basically with Soba Mask, we got a full board of tandem slots. That activates his higher captain multiplier, which is great. And even if you don't have him Limit Break expanded, this team actually works really, really well. With Black Maria especially, you have a higher orb boost than what you saw in the previous video. And you have a conditional boost against delay. Magellan, once again, great here. Can remove the barrier. X-Ray gives us the resistance buff. And as you guys will see, even without the like the super tandem, there is so much damage with this team, and it works so ridiculously well. So if you have these anniversary legends, this particular team works a lot nicer than what you saw in my original video. But if you're missing stuff like Luffy, you can use Sasuke. If you're missing stuff like the waifus, you can use the supports of Page 1, Jozu, on Yamato and Ace if you have them as well. Let's move on to the next team now. Okay, so for you guys that are missing Yamato and Ace and the waifus, but have Luffy and Kaido, this particular team will work very hunky-dory. However, you do need to get around the attack down. So with the Page 1 support and the Hero Guru support, it actually works out very, very nicely. Now, if you have Yamato and Ace and you don't have Hero Guru, you can easily use Yamato and Ace over Kaido with the support of Jozu. But this is the Kaido and Luffy team variation. Those are the supports. Let's dive on in. With this particular content, if you are running the 30 stamina event, you really want to try and find a way to bring both Magellan and Hannibal as well as X-Drake. Very important that you do that because those two units can actually guarantee you 2 drops. And then with your friend captain, you get another 3. So ideally, if you are running the 30 stamina event, you basically want to run that. If you can't put a team together, like I said, head over to the 20 stamina event. Make sure to put X-Drake and Magellan Hannibal on a team. Find any of the Toby Ropo and then fill the rest of the team out with just some sort of like good synergy captain. Any of the anniversary legends will work pretty fine as your captain. They're going to get blown away anyway, so it doesn't matter too much. But as long as you just fill the rest of the team out with 50% boosters, you can just use the auto button to just like tear your way through that 20 stamina event. Once again, on the Nami and Usopp stage, once we hit level 3 or stage 3 with this team, we're basically just going to use the invisibility effect of Soba Mask, and that gets through the defense up, that gets through the threshold. It does the extra tap timing bonus. It just works really, really well for that stage. Like it's such a good ability to actually get around that very annoying stage, because Black Maria will also get around the paralysis. Thanks to Germa too, we have a full board of tandem slots, which is just really, really nice to have. On the Jinbei and, what's his name, Zoro stage, we can actually utilize the Kaido special here to get a better orb boost for more characters on this team. And then we can remove the Despair and the rest of the attack down, thanks to Luffy and the Hyoguro support. It works out quite nicely here. Once we've done that, we're basically just going to target the Jinbei unit with our quick characters, and then finish off Zoro with Kaido. Because we have that 2.75 times all boosted powerhouse and strike units, those characters hit incredibly hard, and it works out very, very nicely. Once Zoro revives, he'll blow away your captain for 5 turns, but that doesn't affect us, because we can easily just get around it with that invisibility effect that Soba Mask has, which is really, really nice. It's an excellent ability, and it's so damn handy for this particular content, where it comes to these nasty blowaway effects and whatnot as well. Once we hit the final stage against X-Drake, we get bombs, empty, block orbs, all those nasty things. 7 turns of paralysis, but Black Maria gets around that, and we lose our color affinity, which is actually pretty good, to be honest with you, because then we don't have to worry about like hitting in particular orders and stuff like that. Now, if you do have your Kaido at level 2 or higher in terms of Super Tandem, as you guys will see, you have access to the Toby Ropo, so that way you can actually get the Super Tandem effect. We have a 2.5 times all boost, full board of tandem slots. We have a conditional boost against delay, which is awesome, and we have an attack boost. And if you want to, you can use that Super Tandem. However, I'm going to pretend like you guys are using a level 1 Super Tandem Kaido, and as you guys will see, 3 taps, you do a lot of damage with this particular team, and it has no issues taking down the final stage against what's his name? X-Drake. I didn't even use the super class of Black Maria as well. So the super class of Black Maria will actually turn an orb boost into a 3 times orb boost. And you can actually turn her orb boost into a 3 times orb boost if you really want to on that final stage as well. But you just have heaps of damage, like just so much damage as you can see moving through. No issues with the Anniversary Legends. On to the final team now. And the final team of the video is actually a fully boosted team. It does use Miguel and Hannibal as well as X-Drake. but it does have some pretty, like, how you going supports. We are using a friend who's who, so if you are struggling to find Black Maria, this team might work for you. But with that said, that's the team. Those are the supports. Let's dive on in. Now, as I mentioned, it has, like, Treasure Map Hina. We have supports to get around the attack down. We have the Legend Akainu support as well. And obviously, it does use Kaido as our captain, who is a Super Sugo, but one of the anniversary units that lots of people did chase. So you guys may or may not be able to build this team. And if you can't find Black Maria friend captains, and you can, this team will actually work wonders. What you can do is you can actually rely on RNG as well for this particular team, because it's not actually a no-stall team. We do have to stall 2 turns, which actually works out perfectly, as we do need to get our Victoria Punk special down anyway. So we do need to, like, stall 2 turns no matter what. But what you can actually do on this particular stage, you can stall. We have to stall the first turn because we can't get around the paralysis. But you can actually, if you don't have Hina, you can just, like, cross your fingers and, like, pray to die that, you don't get the threshold. Now, if you want to, you could probably run Ace and Yamato as your captain instead of Kaido, because we're going to lose our captain anyway, because if you take more than 3 turns here, you are going to get 5 turns of special bind, so you could use Ace Yamato as your captain. That could work out pretty hunky-dory. But with Hina support and Miguel and Hannibal, you can get around 5 turns of defense up and 2 turns of threshold. So no matter what you actually get, it's actually going to work out really nicely here. Now, X-Drake's going to give himself a matching orb, no matter what, because unfavorable slots are actually matching to X-Drake as a sailor, which is awesome. He's always going to kill there, and it works out really hunky-dory. On stage 4 against Jinbei and Zoro, you get 4 turns of attack down and despair, as well as losing your captain when you kill Zoro. You lose your captain for 5 turns, which is very annoying. Now, we have Sasuke here. He's going to give us some matching orbs, as well as remove that despair. And then we can actually use the Kaido special. Kaido's going to give us a full bottle Wano slots thanks to the Akainu support, a massive orb boost, and a conditional boost to extra damage, which we can easily apply. We're going to use his super class because after this turn, we're actually going to lose Kaido. He's going to go, and we're going to basically finish the run without him. So attack with Kaido and attack with Yamato and Ace here, because Ace and Yamato will guarantee themselves a matching orb no matter what, which is super, super nice. And we're going to lose Kaido, so it doesn't actually matter. On the second turn, you can switch into Ace. That way you just get that chain boundary effect. And if you have a friend captain that's not the Bandai friend captain, Who's Who will actually just kill there, and it's, like, very, very handy. On the first turn of X-Drake, though, we can't get around the damage reduction he puts up, so we are just going to stall the first turn. He rolls back our specials by 2 turns, gives us a full board of empty bomb slots, all those nasty effects, puts up 5 turns of resilience, but with this team, we don't have any issues getting around it. On the second turn, he puts up a barrier, which is a little bit annoying, but that's why we bought the Victoria Punk. Victoria Punk can actually remove 1 turn of barriers, and it works out pretty nicely there. Switch with Ace Yamato, that way you can get the chain boundary effect. You can stay as Ace if you really want to. You can manipulate it on that first turn, but because X-Drake for this run was actually a Dex unit, I wanted to switch into Yamato, so I left it that way. We're going to use the super class of Who's Who as well. His special gives color affinity, gives us a chain boost, and the chain multiplier. Ace Yamato going to give us a conditional boost as well, which is super, super nice. As well as a 2.75 times attack boost to our Free Spirits and our Striker characters. And then finally, X-Drake is going to give us the resilience, or the resistance. So giving extra 20% damage. Once we've done that, we actually have so much damage here. Like, you guys will see how much we hit with Who's Who. That doesn't really matter what happens when you hit with the final shot of Yamato and Ace. You are going to do a shitload of damage. With Who's Who, you do get the end of turn damage to get around the resilience, and it all works out very hunky-dory. So that's going to wrap up the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Hopefully those Silvermask teams helped you out, and if they didn't, like I said at the beginning, just run the 20 stamina, put some point boosters on the team, and just let the auto do its thing. If you did enjoy the video, belt the like button. If you're new, hit that big red subscribe button. Most importantly, wherever you are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Let's